we have lots of training, but that is one that we will remember for many, many years to come.
Empathy is more than, it's not about putting yourself in other people's shoes, but it's actually really having understanding and compassion, and that's what we need as human beings. I think change was key. That the aspect of change in this session really highlighted the fact that we are constantly moving in this world. Everything is changing, everything is diversifying, and it's whether we're prepared for that change. How do we prepare for that change? And I think it was just a great way to highlight the fact that so many events have happened in our own lived experience, in our own timeline. And at that time, people were very concerned and worried about it, but we kind of got through it. So it's about how we are prepared for change, but how we deal with it, you know, face on.
We all need to be prepared to be vulnerable sometimes, because we work with such vulnerable people, and we have to show a little bit of that, even if it's in stages. We show a little bit of that vulnerability so as that we actually get that little hook, that little something that that we can get to that student where others can't. I think it's something that is really useful, not just in schools, but hopefully taking those students and into their adult life, and then hopefully going off into society and making a real difference for the future. You know, I suppose personally it was the right thing to do, and I feel that I've made that change, you've helped make that change, and it's now where we can sort of pull that going forward, and where we can really start to get more people involved with putting empathy in action, so as that we can grow this skill in our children.
I just think if more people could do CPD on empathy, the better the world would be. That kind of sums it up for me. I think people are quick to judge and quick to go down the negative route about other people's personalities, race, equality, whatever. And I just think if more people understood where other people's stories, lives, where they've come from, it'd just be a better world.
We've been with Empathy Week for 3 years, and at first it was kind of difficult because it was during lockdown in the pandemic, and but it turned quite well because people were engaged even in their own homes to become more empathetic and to learn about empathy.
Work that you put into today really has been inspirational in the way that we can relate to what's being said, but also link it to the children that we have in our school, and how they can have those feelings and those emotions similar to the videos that you showed.
I think the best thing is to be able to bring our school community back together and to revisit and revise the things that make us work successfully, but then a chance for staff to actually take a little bit of time to reflect on themselves, reflect on their own experiences, and then communicate with their colleagues and hopefully learn a little bit more about each other, things that they didn't even know about each other before.
A beautiful, I don't know how to say it, but connection with life and with a purpose.
Inspirational in what you've done, and we definitely would continue using it throughout the future to come.
The more empathy, the nicer the world is to live in.